Okay friends, and last section we are already discussing the AutoCAD introduction, and that introduction already I told you we are going to discuss about the coordinates and objects now. Okay, today I'll going to start by the coordinates here. Okay, so what is the meaning of coordinates and what the situation while using the coordinates, that all these things we are going to explain for you. Okay, we go into that. Yeah, so yeah, you can see now. So the coordinates, what is the coordinates, what is actual meaning of the coordinates? See friend, the coordinates are playing the important role into the AutoCAD friends. Why? See friend, for example, if you have seen any plan now, the plan is also having something dimensions. So we need to be provide the dimensions onto the AutoCAD. So it means we wants to be given values onto the AutoCAD. So if I wants to be given a values on the AutoCAD, first I need to know that what is X value, what is a Y value, what is a Z value over there in the drawing, that I should know that. So of course every engineers can easily knowing that what is x-axis value, what is a y value, what is a z value, so they can easily know it. But here if I wants to be given those values on AutoCAD, we depending on the coordinates. Okay, in AutoCAD, coordinates are divided into the four types friends, that is absolute and relative and polar, and we have Cartesian, right? So here first we need to understand what is the meaning of absolute. See friends, somebody say that in the absolute coordinates itself it is having relative and polar. Yes, of course, but I written as a separate. Why? Because of I need to know, I need to explain in the different differences of absolute and relative and polar. Let's see here, what is the meaning of absolute here? See friend, absolute syntax is at the rate of x distance and comma y distance. We are talking about the 2D, we are written only x and y, so but we are talking about the 3D, we written x and y and z also, but here we are written only x and y, so I'm talking about the 2D now, so that's the reason I'm written x and y, otherwise we can write it as z also. But this at the rate of symbol is defined that the coordinate values, so that's why we need to give an initiate value, initiate at the rate of symbol. So now let's see here, we have one more rule also here, so that is rule is the origin we need to define always. What is meaning of it here? See, let's showing it to you one little example, then we can easily understand it. So I'll open MS Paint. Yeah. So here we can see this is a line I drawn now, so this is a line for you, and I have another line here, so I just another line here like this. So here we have the something like we have some the distance 20, and we have another distance here, that is also for suppose we have 10. Let me clear friends, these two lines are connected together, we think like that, but images are not showing us connectivity, but we think it's connectivity happened. Now you can see this, if you want to draw this line with the distance of 20 and if you want to draw this line with the distance of 10, so then how we can draw it? And we are already familiar with this is an x-axis, this is an y-axis. Why? Because of I draw the line from this end to this end and draw this line into this end to this end. So it means it always it is in the positive direction, is also positive direction. and it's a positive value. Okay, now the syntax is what is the syntax I return into the absolute. So you need to give in an x distance is 20 comma y distance 0 for this line segment. Clear friend, here we don't have any two lines, we have only one line, but in this one line now, so why it's one line, because of already I told you this two lines connected together, but image is showing like this, but these two lines are connected together, so it means it's only one line, but this line it has two segments. So I need to be prepare the first segment, and after I continue the next segment. So that's why for the first segment I need to start from the origin. This is 0 comma 0, and I draw the line here up to 20 distance in an x-axis, y distance is 0. This is a line segment. Okay, done. Now I want to draw this line segment. Now you can observe, see friend, this line segment, it means this is the point, but what is my actual rule I said for you? The rule is we need to define origin always. So here can you observe here, this is origin we need to define. It means this is origin here. For suppose this is origin here, and for suppose if you wants to get the point of here, then we need to say that from this origin to this origin, what is x value, what is y value. So the x value is 20 comma y value is 10. So why I say like that? Because of this point origin is here, so that's the reason I'm started my point, I can get this point from this origin. So that's the reason I can say that 20 comma 10 here. So that's very simple, right? So this is called an absolute, but here we can say that, so if we are going for an absolute now, so that's very difficult to make the plans. Why? Because of we wants to be take always origins now, so that's very difficult. But here this is need when you have made the structure drawings now. If you are going for stat pro now, so in the stat pro we are using this type of coordinates. Why? Because of we need to say that where the origin is. So that's the for suppose if you are making columns now, first we need to know that where the origin is located. So that's the reason we are using the absolute coordinates and other applications, but in AutoCAD we are not choosing the absolute coordinate system. Okay, now coming to the relative here. See friend, the relative is not having any difference to the absolute, but we have only one thing, so that is what means, for suppose if you are talking about the relative also, the relative syntax is also same syntax what we are using on the absolute. Okay, so now let us see here. So the rule, no need to define the origin, no need to define the origin of this. So that's very simple, right? So now we're talking about here the relative coordinate system, there was no need to define the origin. Directly we can say now 0 comma 10 here. Why? Because of from origin, so from this is point, first point, so you have drawn that line from this end point to this end point, then it happens the origin is here now. So that's the reason what happens 0 comma 10. Why? Because means from this origin we have only the line is lies on the y axis, it's not lies on the x axis. So that's the reason I started the 0 here for the x axis, and I draw a line segment up to 10 on the y axis. That's very simple. But here one thing is having problem, friend. What is that? What about the cross lines? So what about the cross lines? For suppose if it's have cross line, how we can draw that cross line in absolute and relative? That's very difficult. See, let's say now, so I take it as one cross line here. It's a cross line. Now you can say now this line is lies on what plane? That we can't say. This line is lies on an x and y also. So that's the reason I can say like that xy plane, right? I can say now xy plane. But as for the syntaxes of absolute and relative, we have the syntax that is x distance and y distance, and we have the absolute syntax that is x distance and y distance. And but we can't say that directly x distance and y distance of this cross line. So that's the reason we can't able to do it, the cross lines in a relative are absolute. Okay, so the next topics we are going to be covered under the next section. Okay, and here I covered only absolute and relative coordinates to you, but I covered the polar coordinates also, and I covered Cartesian coordinate systems also on later on classes. Okay, have a great day friends, enjoy the day. If you like my videos, please subscribe the channel, and if you have any doubts for the topics, you can comment below, so then I can answer for you. Okay, okay friends, have a good